Welcome back to Cynthia Untamed. This is your youthful and educational channel where we have conversations with and about children and youth in Africa and inspire the current generation across the continent to dream big and hope deeply. Today we are going to be having a conversation that a lot of us normally have outside of our screens, outside with our friends, with our peers, with our colleagues. And we keep saying this is the reality of millennials and Generation Z. This is the reality. The reality is that we have the internet, we have social media. It's not going anywhere. What do we do about it? And especially because our generation is really being affected by social media pressure. Let's go. What is social media pressure? I'll define it in my own understanding. Please do let me know what you think about social media pressure in the comment section below. So my understanding is this. You are a regular person who's living their life. You've just been okay. You're just living your normal life. You wake up, go to work, go to school, doing your own thing. Then one day you join Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, and especially Instagram. And you go in and you find people who are perfect in your eyes, whatever perfect means for you. So they have the perfect body, they have the perfect family, they have the perfect friendships, the perfect mentors, the perfect job. They just have the perfect life. They travel to these exotic places that you've never been to. You probably do not even have a passport. And suddenly this feeling creeps into you and you're like, okay, I do not think I belong to this world. What is wrong with my life? I am such a failure. I am not enough. Look at me. I have no money. And at some point, it even takes a toll of you. And at some point, you and I have been victims of social media pressure. Whether we've succumbed to it or not is something that we would have to confess to ourselves. But social media pressure exists. So probably you don't even like posting photos of you in a bikini. That is just an example. And you go posting it because that is what will get the most likes. Probably you don't even like posting your family on social media. You don't like posting your baby on social media, but that is what will get the most likes. So that is what you go ahead and post. And that is social media pressure. And our generation is really struggling with social media pressure, trying to live up to the expectations of the world, the expectations of people we do not know, people who may not even like us, but we are struggling to impress these people. And for me, I've been wondering, why is it that we are really struggling with this social media pressure? Why is it that in our generation especially, people are really chasing clout? If you do not know what clout is, it's basically doing random crazy things for likes, for views, for whatever it is that you want. And I just keep asking myself, why is it like that? I was watching this video by a YouTuber or podcaster. It's called Ben Psycho, and he was talking about those days when he was starting in his music career. And he was saying there was a day they got into a small accident somewhere here in town. It wasn't even a big accident. It was a small accident, a very minor small one. No one got hurt. Like, it was just those gari zimegongana, but yeah, we're okay. But apparently he even started calling people, I don't know, from Gafla. Gafla is like a page that has celebrity entertainment, gossip news. And he was calling them and he was like, wait, you guys, you have to write this story. Because he thought that people doing such a story would increase views to his page or to his music, or rather he'd be more known. So instances like those are what we call clout chasing. And a lot of our generation is really doing that just to get social media impressions, to get instant gratification that, to be honest, it does not last. It gives you an adrenaline rush for a second, a minute, a day, and then boom, it goes. Next day you're looking for something else, and it's actually an addiction, to be honest. So I think we as a generation need to start asking ourselves, we as individuals, why do we feel the way we feel? Why do we feel the constant need to have social media attention to fit into the social space. For example, you can also be online and look at someone, you're like, oh, we are the same age, they're already employed, they have everything together, and me, I'm their age, and I have nothing. And to be honest, you'll start feeling like those feelings, or rather those feelings will start overcoming you, and you'll start feeling like you do not deserve opportunities, that you'll never make it. And that's really the danger of social media. Social media pressure is real, but it can be managed, because I really believe that social media reflects who we are. Social media did not come to change us. It is who we are that is actually being portrayed on social media. So how do we deal with social media pressure as a generation? Listen more on this video to get a few more tips. First things first, it's very important for you to limit your screen time. By screen time, I mean the amount of time you spend on your phone, on your laptop, on social media especially, because you could be on your screen or on your laptop, but you're actually working, you're editing your videos, you're sending emails, you're actually doing something else that is not social media. So limit the screen time that you spend on social media, because you find that the more you are online, the more you get to see things. And you know, like how the algorithm works, especially on Instagram, you go and look at Oprah Winfrey's profile, and next thing, your explore page is just Oprah Winfrey. You go and click whoever's profile, and the next thing, your explore page is just that person. And the more you keep looking, the more Instagram will feed into you, the more it will tell you this is what we want you to see, because they're already predicting your patterns. And you'll even realize, like, what you search for on Instagram or like on YouTube, you even start getting ads about the same thing you're actually looking for. So it's very important for you to limit the amount of time you spend on social media. One way that I usually do it a lot is, once I post, I leave. You post and go. Don't post and then start looking for other things here and there, scrolling randomly, because that, of course, then will increase the amount of things, or rather the images you put in your head, and that can lead you to feeling like you need to fit into a certain social media kind of a stereotype, or a social media kind of world. The other thing is that it's very important for you to regulate the people you follow. So for me, I remember when I first joined Instagram, I didn't know who to follow. So most of the people I was following were either people I went to school with or celebrities. And what I came to realize, for me, the more celebrities I followed, the more time I went online and saw their profiles, the more I felt like I was never going to make it. This is just me. I do not know what it is for you. Probably for you, you follow these people for entertainment, which is okay. Everybody needs to understand what affects them and what doesn't. So for me, I remember every time I'd go online and I'm like, this person had this car this week, next week they had another car, the next week they already have a flying job, next week they already have a deal with a big company. And you know, like, you're following, like, let's say you're following like 20 celebrities in the country, and that is all you see. All you see is perfection, perfect pictures, people smiling. And that really would start affecting me, because I used to start wondering, can I really make it that far? And the moment I realized that was affecting me, I made a very conscious decision to unfollow all of them. I think I only follow very few celebrities on social media, on Instagram, especially on Instagram, because of the images that they bring to my head. And these are not bad people. It's just that it affects me. I realize it used to affect me whenever I used to see those images. So for the people I follow, it's because we are more inclined towards the same passions. So if these are people who do a lot of social projects, working with children and young people, women and girls, empowering young people in the communities, those are people I would follow. People who do not just post their perfect lives, perfect food, eating salad and milk and honey and all these nice things. It's okay to post those things. It's probably even part of your job. But for me, I'm just like, no, this does not reflect the reality of my life. And that has really helped me. So even like for people who are very influential on Instagram, I purposely do not follow people who would affect me. So I actually would go to profiles that would actually inspire me. So profiles that I'd look for example, on Instagram would be profiles like Barack Obama or Michelle Obama or Oprah Winfrey or Amanda Gorman or Chimamanda, such people whose stories are already documented in books, in literature, in archives, in documentaries, stories that we've actually lived and seen, and their testimonies of where they started in life and how they got to change the world. Those are profiles that I would actually take the time and actually go through, and I'm like, I like this, I like this, oh, I'll try this. Those are profiles that I actually like to follow. And also because we as human beings do not post, generally we do not post our failures, we do not post the sad times, we only post the happy times. We only post when we go to Diani. We don't post when we go to wherever else it would be that we would not want people to know. We only post when we have that nice background. We only take pictures when we're in a nice restaurant or a nice view. We may not even take our own pictures in our own houses because we don't want people to see that. And that's important for you to understand, that people don't always post what is really affecting them behind the scenes. So make sure you regulate who you follow. It really does help. It really helps to declutter your mind, to declutter your thoughts. And I think that also applies to YouTube. If you feel like watching a certain channel makes you a certain type of way, it does not inspire you, it only makes you wish that you had more in life, then please unsubscribe. Just stay away, limit your interaction with that platform. And it does not make those other people bad people. It just means that you are taking care of your mental health first. The other thing is that it's very important for you then to keep it real. And by keeping it real, I'm not meaning like now post all your sad days, post all your private information. I just mean, don't say that you got a new job when you really don't have a new job. Or don't say that you met somebody and you had this conversation that was very insightful and it's actually not true. Just keep it real, because the truth is, when you keep it real, you never have the pressure to keep lying. Remember, when you lie once, you feel like you need to lie tomorrow to keep up with your image. So just let it be real. Be real with yourself, be real with who you are. I remember, like, for example, for me, I once met somebody, and I remember at that point, this was at the time when I was having like a lot of pressure. This was now younger me, which has really enabled me to talk about this video, is that I met this person and they were very, very mean to me, like really mean to me. And I still took a selfie with this person, and later on, I uploaded it and I had no caption. So I posted the picture without a caption. And then later on, I started asking myself, why did I even post that picture? It's because within me, that time, younger me, wanted people to know I met this person. But the truth is, they were not nice to me. So I found it difficult to say something nice when they were not nice to me. But at the same time, I was finding it difficult to not post the picture because I felt like I had this image to present to a public. And from there on, I just told myself, if I have a negative experience with a particular person, then I'm not going to post that person, because then it helps me not to feel the pressure of posting somebody I have nothing nice to say about. So don't feel like you have the pressure, like if you meet a celebrity, you have to post it and then start saying how you had this nice conversation, when the truth is, you know very well, when you met this person, there were 100 other people who took pictures with this person, and all you managed to say is, hi, nice to meet you, can you take a selfie? And you left, and you actually never said anything. So just keep it real, because tomorrow it will mean that you won't have the pressure to maintain that kind of image. The other thing is, do something different with your time. It's very important for you to do something different with your time, something creative with your brain and with your hands. So instead of being on Instagram, on Facebook, stalking people, wishing you had a life like theirs, You could take a book and read. You could go out and walk. You could go and donate to a charity. You could do your other work. You could try and do something creative, learn how to cook, do something with your time, something very, very different that will grow you as an individual and will not make you feel like you have an image to maintain. The next thing is that it's very important then to work on your goals. Remember, if you are there looking at this celebrity and wishing you had their cars, looking at this friend of yours who's achieving all their goals, and you are not working towards your own dreams, then sometimes you have yourself to blame if you are not working towards your goals. So make sure, instead of being online and wishing you had somebody's life, go out of your way and start working on yours. Focus on your growth. Focus on your personal growth, on the kind of person that you want to be in this society, in your family, in your country. Don't be busy admiring somebody's perfect marriage when you are at home and you do not take care of your wife, you do not take care of your husband, you do not take care of your children, and you still feel sad about yourself. Go and do what you need to do to be the kind of person that you would be proud of. Not other people being proud of you, praising you in magazines, in other platforms, wherever, saying how perfect you are, but the kind of person you would wake up and say, I am extremely proud of Cynthia, of the work that she is doing, of how far she has come, and the kind of person she is going to become, and the kind of person she is surrounding herself with. And that will really help you to keep away from the social media pressure. And it's also very important for you to then work on your feelings. If you need to go on therapy, go for therapy. Go for therapy. Talk to somebody. Talk to people about how you feel. For example, some of the things that we feel are actually because of the society that we have grown up in. So, for example, when it comes to conversations about our skin color or our hair, sometimes you do not feel like your hair is good just because the kind of hair, for example, that you constantly see is straight looking wigs, blonde, black or shiny, but it's never the kind of hair that you have. Work on your feelings. Start loving your own hair. Start loving it and telling yourself that you are good enough and you are beautiful. Take care of it. Nurture it. Work on the feelings that you have. If you look at somebody and you're like, they're so confident, oh, I hate them because they're so confident. Why am I not confident? Work on your own confidence. Go and sit down with yourself and ask yourself, why am I not confident? Am I dealing with childhood trauma? Am I the one who puts myself down? Am I constantly surrounded by people who put me down? Look at all those factors and then work on your feelings, because you'll realize that when you're working on your feelings, when you're working on your goals, when you're following people who inspire you on social media, when you go online and you even see like somebody has changed their car 20 times in the year, you will not feel bad for yourself for not driving. You'll not feel bad for yourself for not having the best of the best in life. You will be very, very content. And being content in life is very important. It's important for you to work towards your goals, but also be content of what you have. Not everybody was born in a wealthy family, and that is the reality of life. But when you are content with what you have, with where you are from, with the people you belong to, and the people who love and admire you, then you will not feel like you need to be in another space. And that's so very important. Self-acceptance, self-love, self-confidence, self-awareness, and empathize with your own feelings, because sometimes you are very cruel to yourself sometimes for feeling bad about these things, when the truth is some of these things are not necessarily your fault, and some of these things have affected you in one way or another because somebody said something to you. So just empathize with yourself, and if you need to cry about a particular feeling, then do it. But always remember, at the end of the day, social media is not where the real life all the real life happens. We do not post everything on social media. So don't die of social media pressure. Don't struggle constantly to fit into this system where you have 100,000 people who follow you, but the truth is only 2 of them like you, and you're constantly trying to please those 100,000 people. Overall, I still do believe in the power of social media as a platform to brand yourself and as a platform to run your business. If you're running an influencer kind of business, that is also a very good platform to use. But don't die of social media pressure, especially when you are a young person. You are very capable of great things. You are capable of doing amazing things. And always remember that you are a unique individual. There is no other Cynthia who is this Cynthia in the world. There is no duplicate. There might be somebody else called Cynthia Nyongesa, but that is not this Cynthia Nyongesa. You are a unique person. You are a unique individual with unique traits, with unique talents and unique potential in this life. Never, ever, ever forget that. Thank you so much for being part of this episode of Cynthia Untamed. As usual, do remember to tell a friend who will tell a friend who will tell another friend, and keep the circle going so that we can inform and inspire more young people across the continent. Do follow me online on Instagram at CynthiaOprah_Nyongesa, on Twitter at Cynthia_Oprah, and I will see you again in the next episode.